Good morning. Finishing my breakfast here. We're gonna do some service work on the combine today. I got the head dropped off. I'm back her outside, let her run for a few minutes, get the oil warmed up, and we can change oil, air filters, all the stuff. 1,227, we'll call it 28 hours. 1,228 hours today minus 871 a year ago puts us at 357 for the year. That's the hours we put on that machine in a year. So that's a good amount of hours to put on a combine and justifies owning it, in my opinion. So that's good. Yeah, we'll have to write down everything we did. I need to go through some of this stuff here. Like, we were at 871 last year, so did we do the 1,000-hour interval or did we not? If we didn't, we need to do it now. If we did, then we're good. Time to get our used oil shuttle out. Floor's cleaned up. We got our buckets and our thing. Combine's warm. Let's get her in here and drop the oil. Or don't drop the oil. Are you freaking kidding me? Started doing a filter regen while it was out there running, and now I can't shut it off for 10 minutes. So do I gotta back it back outside, or just leave it here with the door open? I can't run it with the door closed because it'll burn a hole in the door. Oh yeah, well, I got all the filters out and got more stuff ready while we were waiting for this to cool down. It's about done. 1 minute. The tractors don't yell at you when you shut them off when they're doing regen. The combine does, though. I think it's because that exhaust gets so hot inside the cabinet and it can't cool down very well. I don't know. I know it's not great to shut them off when they're doing a regen, but we've never had any trouble with it from the tractors. So, not that it happens very often. Come on. Be done. Okay. Alright, now we can change oil. There's the filter pile. Ooh, our second bucket's about full. Ain't much left in there, but I might switch that out. We're getting the oil drained out and starting to replace some of the filters. There's a bunch on this thing. So, I was talking about that exhaust cabinet, right? That's got this big box up here that all the exhaust components are in that get super hot to keep the dust away from them. Well, they do that by pressurizing it with this black pipe right here that comes off of this little supercharger that's got its own little air filter here. It's the engine debris management air filter. So we've changed that. There's an inner and an outer here. And I didn't change the inner one last year, so we're changing it this year. Phone call. This one is the cab air filter, fresh air filter. Fresh. It goes up there by the cab. We're getting the housing for that cleaned up right now. There's one inside the cab, the recirculating air filter. That one also gets pretty filthy. And then we've got all the engine stuff. Let's tackle these fuel filters up here, which can be a bit of a pain. We're gonna make a mess. Try and catch most of it in there and see how we do. Let's see. There's a water sensor on the bottom of the one, so we got to unplug the electrical harness, and then there should be a drain on that one at least. No, this one doesn't have a drain, so we'll just spill fuel all over. I fought with the drain on that one for a long time, but finally it got it open and it's empty, and now we're gonna spin it off and see if we can drop it in the pool of diesel fuel before I catch it, and we'll dump it into there. Too bad I don't have a good way to hold this so that you guys could see me doing this, because I really want to use two hands to not drop that in there. Yeah, just like that. Just like I said I was going to do it. Dropped it right in there. Okay. Well, I got all the fuel out of them filters. There was a bunch more there than you would have thought. We only made sort of a mess. Now, we'll put the new ones on. And my labels here say 9510R fuel, but for some reason I don't have any labeled as 780. Like, they got used for something, like maybe the tractor needed new fuel filters at some point, but I don't know why. I don't know why we wouldn't use these. And they're the same part number, same engine in the tractor and the combine. So we're going to put these ones on, and then I'll have to get another set before we do the tractor. So I got that secondary filter put on, but this primary one here, you got to take this water separator bowl off with the water sensor and the drain there and put it on the new filter. So I'll take that apart. I'm going to clean that up a little bit, get rid of this old one. Everything's harder with one hand. One hand and a knee. There we go. I'm going to let this finish draining. Okay, we got the fuel filters changed, and I got the plug put back on there and everything. We got to write the date and hours on them yet. But those are done. We're going to do the engine oil while we're here, since it's right there as well. But I'm going to go dump my fuel out and try not to make a bigger mess. Aha, look at that one. Got it off without spilling any. What a deal. We'll let her drain there for a little while. All right, so there is a filter inside here. Basically, this is the return where all the hydraulic oil comes back to the reservoir from all the places on the machine, and it filters it as it goes back into the reservoir. This is a 1,000-hour oil change or a filter change interval, and not one that we did last year. So now that we're at 1,200 hours, we're going to change it. I have one here, but there's a spring under there, and I'm not sure exactly what we're going to find. So you kind of got to take all these bolts out sort of evenly, it says, and we'll see what it looks like. It's very red. That's interesting. I didn't think the spring would be stuck to the filter, and I'm afraid it's going to break. There we go. That's just better. But that's not a hole. How am I going to get it out of there? That's kind of sharp. That's a big filter. Oops. There we go. Okay. Clean up my mess. Gonna need more rags. All right, the filters are all changed. We got the hydraulic oil stuff done, and we closed our valve. We're putting engine oil back in the machine. So it takes 45.5 quart. It's gonna take a minute. There's a oil filter kind of up. It's up there somewhere. Oh yeah, in that, right in there. Anyway, when you change that, it spills oil, and we were getting it changed, and it spilled on this belt, and I found this crack. And there's a few more in that belt. That belt is going to have to get changed, so I'm going to see what I got to do to get that done. I'm just going to start right there with those two 18mm nuts and detensioning it, and then we're going to figure out what all we've got to take apart to get it off. It's not going to be fun. Looks like this belt is going to have to come off. This is going to have to come apart. There's a shield up front that might have to come off. Yeah, that one's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. All right. Well, we're not that we're done with the combine. We've got a lot to do yet and stuff, but we've made some progress. I really need to get that corn head done and then get out of there. So we're kind of waiting on those parts to come. And I've got some help this afternoon. So we're down in the seed warehouse. We're actually going to hang a little bit of steel over there. That first bay, this top part of the first bay. How do I move my fingers to show that? Not that way. I can't do it. Anyway, we're going to put some steel up there. So we're getting some holes drilled and some sheets of steel up there. I've got a couple of pieces of insulation to go in. Basically, there's no electrical in this first bay up here. There is when we get over to the lights. So we're gonna just do this first one, and I'm trying to figure out where exactly the sheets are gonna hit with the peak up there and everything. And I think this will work. It should go pretty smoothly here. Look at that. Got a sheet of steel all the way down. Very nice. Try and get the rest of these done here. 4 more anyway. This bay. That's the goal. Get the bay done. Look at that! We got a whole side and section done. What a deal. Looks great. Now we need to hang some conduit for lights. That bottom one there, but it's a little progress. I want to start down on the other side over there now in that corner and work the bottom one across, which is going to be a real pain in the butt, especially with the door tracks and everything else we've got to deal with around there, but one step at a time. We're getting there. Yep, looks good. All right. Well, not today, but sometime between now and Friday, we've got to come down here and reorganize some stuff. I've got 6 semi-loads of seed coming on Friday. Oh boy, that's a lot. So we're going to move that stuff out of that corner. I think my plan here is to actually stack against this wall this year. All of the beans coming out this way instead of coming off of that wall. And I did it off of that wall last year because I had to segregate stuff, right? So I needed my stuff in that corner, the warehouse stuff over here. Well, this year they all can get blended together. And so I can have a row of a single variety right here that goes all the way to the wall, and heck, it can come out to here if I needed it to. And so we don't have that many varieties. We should have room along there that will be a little bit more efficient. That's my goal. That's the plan. We'll see how it works. I've got a whole bunch of 2-2s that we're going to start in that end and work our way out. Hopefully we can stuff corn in that corner. It's going to be full. We're still going to have a very, very full warehouse, but at least might be a little more organized this year, a little more condensed, maybe that's the right word. We were pretty organized last year, just got all spread out. So anyway, we got to get ready for that. So we're going to sweep the floor. We're going to move that stuff out of the corner. We're going to clean up our pile of stuff that we did over here. Probably won't get any more steel hung for quite some time. Maybe Brock and I can get the chance to work on this over here a little bit. But I do want to keep knocking some of this insulation out. You can see my foam that I put up a year ago is all starting to fall down. It held really well last winter, and then over the summer, as things expanded, the steel in the building expanded a little bit. Some of them got loose and fell out, and I thought, oh well, I'll stick them back up there. And I didn't think it would happen when it got cold, but now as it's getting colder, things are shrinking, and I would have thought it'd hold it tighter, and well, they're still falling out. It's just not great. So putting the fiberglass up underneath that is kind of holding all that up there, and yeah, we need to keep doing that. Look, my deck plates came. Look, half of them are green, half of them are black. What in the crap is that? Oh, that's gonna look weird. That's gonna look weird. Come on. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll put them on. We'll get back on working on this tomorrow here. So Brock's supposed to be here tomorrow afternoon, I think, or 11. I've got some errands I've got to run, I know, tomorrow around lunchtime or something. So we'll get started on it in the morning, get the head picked back up here so it's off the ground, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So should get this just about done tomorrow. I don't know if we'll get the snouts and everything put back on, but we'll at least get her close. So thanks for watching today, and have a great night. We'll see you guys in the morning. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all those good things. Head on over to Farm Focus, grab yourself some Waldron Farms merchandise if you haven't done that yet. Very much appreciated, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.